Major League Baseball is a colossal, no, you didn't hear me, colossal issue with the Oakland A's. And no, it's not the fan issue, it's not the stadium issue. To me, this one trumps even those two issues. The Oakland A's the previous 2 seasons have been absolutely atrocious, putrid, just historically bad, and that isn't even being hyperbolic. No sensible human even looks at this roster and thinks it'll be better. That would be ongoing 3 seasons of absolute ineptness. For context, they won just 50 games last year in 16-22. Both of those were the 2 worst records in the American League. An average run differential last season and the previous season of -272. They were outscored by 272 runs. That is absurd. Their cleanup hitter for over 2 months last season, Jesus Aguilar, isn't even in the league anymore as he just inked a deal overseas. Their leadoff hitter for over 80 games last year was Tony Kemp, a 32-year-old journeyman with a career batting average of just .238 and an OPS of sub .650. Their quote-unquote ace, and of course I put that in quotes because he's not an actual ace, Paul Blackburn, had a 4.4 last year, amassing a career 5.1 ERA. The A's felt comfortable to tab him as their opening day starter, Paul Blackburn, and you expected to compete? No. To be clear, I just rounded off 3 of the most prominent positions, and they all suck. Every single one of them. How can you expect to compete when 3 of the most prominent positions on your team were occupied by humans that cannot play baseball? Please, just take a second and think about that. To amplify, the ineptness was even further than what you think. To lace you with some unbelievable stats, their team leader in wins was J.P. Sears at just 5. Their team leader in wins had just 5 wins. Their team leader in runs was Brent Rooker with 67. He also led the team in batting average at just .246. I mean, guys, are you hearing these numbers right now? I mean, it's honestly unfathomable. It's a Major League Baseball squad with these numbers are incredible. I'll just keep going, why not? They were dead last in batting average as well, 21st in homers, 28th in team ERA, 22nd in fielding percentage. Oh yeah. So all the stats I just routed off were pertaining to offense and pitching. But they were just as putrid, if not more putrid, fielding the ball. They couldn't catch the ball. So if they did end up getting, a decent ball, be it in play, they weren't gobbling it up. No. They were putting it on the ground. So fast forwarding this year, their projections aren't at all any more flattering or appealing, as Brent Rooker is projected to lead the team again with homers at just 28. J.P. Sears to have a 3.8 ERA. So their best pitcher is projected to have barely sub 4. And in totality, they're projected to yet to lose another 100 games. So here's my problem, right? Let's come to the conclusion. Here's the issue that has invariably permeated throughout the scope of ball because of the ineptness of the A's. Here's the battle that Rob Manfred has to grapple with. Low light after low light with their squad. You got a feel for Mark Holliday, don't you? Alright. My preamble has gone on enough. Let's get to it. The A's winning this amount of games, the lack of games that they've won, right? And I know I'm continuing on the preamble, but just to amplify even further, the Dodgers won 110 games last year. The A's won 110 games in 2 seasons. 2 seasons! It took the A's 2 seasons to win the amount of games that the Dodgers won in just 1. Listen, it's not at all hyperbolic to tap the A's squad as a win. If you're an opposing squad right now, you see the A's on your schedule, it's a win, it's a dub. And that's embarrassing for Major League Baseball. Forget parity. You need to eradicate them from the league. It's embarrassing. This creates a parity delineation and a lack of balance that completely shifts the standings. It really does. That's not even being hyperbolic, honestly, man. You can't tell me the teams, the AL West specifically, like Texas, the reigning champs, aren't just licking their chops. The Mariners, LA, Houston, can't tell me that they have a distinct advantage knowing that the A's are in their division. And graded. And that I even say that with my chest, knowing that the schedule was they balanced the schedule. They implemented the balanced schedule a couple years ago. But even so, they still have a couple games more that they face in the division. So, I mean, with all that said, the A's need to be eradicated from the league. But I know that's not feasible. So here's what Major League Baseball needs to do, in my opinion. They need to create a threshold, a minimum threshold that John Fisher as the owner needs to pay, right? So they need to create 100 million as the least amount of money they need to shell out, at least to try to put a competent baseball team on the field. I mean, in summation, man, like, the A's are an embarrassment. Forget the potential move to Vegas, the stadium disaster, lack of attendance, all that. As I prefaced on the answer, something needs to be done with the A's because it's embarrassing for baseball. It really is. They're so bad, and it should not be tenable. It shouldn't. What do y'all think? Are the A's fixable? What can be done? Anyways, appreciate y'all watching. If you did enjoy, please like, subscribe, all that jazz. Appreciate y'all.